For those of you who may not know me, my name is Ib'nallah Kazi, and this is coming to you presented by Newark Center for Meditative Culture out of Newark, New Jersey. We're a small group of meditators. We bring educational meditation programs to the community, other programs also. If you live in the New York, New Jersey area, come on out to our programs. If you're not already following us on Facebook, follow Newark Center for Meditative Culture. And this is a 4-part series which is an introduction to meditation medicine. And what is meditation medicine? Some of you may already know that meditation has medicinal qualities. Meditation can assist you in overcoming the types of illnesses, whether minor or major, that you encounter in life. I like to look at it as looking at the root word in both meditation and medicine, or rather the root sound, which is med, M-E-D, which brings to mind the middle, right? Both meditation and medicine are ways of returning you to your center, bringing you back to the middle. When we look at how the body works, how the mind works, your emotional states, all three of them have a range in which you function optionally. And that range is a medium range. When you start to go below that range, you become at dis-ease. You become ill. You don't feel as well. And sometimes you don't function as well. Same thing in the mind, the body, the emotions. The purpose of a medicine is to bring you back into that range in which you function and feel your best and look your best. Meditation also helps to bring you back into the range in which your mind, your emotions, and your body feel their best and function the best. It brings you back to the middle, brings you back to the center. In Chinese medicine, they have, or you could call it a saying, in which they base their medicinal protocols on, and that is to reduce excess and to supplement deficiency. Reducing excess meaning something that is too much, right? If you're too yang, you've got too much fire in you, you're too much anxiety, you're just pushing too much, or you're working too much, you're thinking too much, right? That's excess. And excess is always going to cause problems. But at the same time, if you're not getting enough energy, or you don't have enough energy, you're not thinking at all, and you're just depressed, and you're kind of just sunken, you're so sad that you can't move and you don't want to do anything, that's deficiency. And so deficiency has to be supplemented. You have to be moved in the direction in which you want to do more, okay? And so both of these are talking about bringing you back to the middle, and both meditation and medicine work in this fashion. Over the past 20 years, we've learned that one of the main things that will cause you to move away from your center, to move away from homeostasis, right, is stress. Stress causes us to move into a zone in which our bodies, our emotions, our minds tend to not function optimally. We're not at our best. And so learning how to reduce stress is one of the main ways that we can use meditation. Meditation has been proven to reduce stress. And stress is not necessarily a bad thing. Stress is a bad thing when it becomes excessive. We encounter stress every day. In fact, we bring stress upon ourselves intentionally. Every time you exercise, you're stressing your body. Okay? Every time you do something that makes you a little bit uncomfortable, you're stressing your body, or you're stressing your mind. Say you're studying hard. You bring about a little bit of stress. But that stress is not excessive to the point where it's going to hurt you, right? When your stress does become excessive, when your stress gets to the point where it's going to wear you down, or it's going to begin to affect your functioning in a way that your organs don't work properly, your systems don't work properly, then what happens is that you wind up getting illness. Your defenses become low. And so this has to be dealt with, and one of the best ways to deal with that is through meditation. And so meditation medicine is something that we use to help us to deal with the challenges of life, dealing with the challenges of the day-to-day when they can become excessive, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's at home, whether it's just something that's going on in your head. Okay? I like to always present a very simple way of using meditation, which is to remember three things, three functions, three F's. And they are the form, the force, and the focus. The form being your posture, the form of your body. This is very important in meditative work, that you assume a posture that is erect, but at the same time is comfortable. You want to be erect, you want your spine to be straight, but you don't want to be stiff to the point that you feel like you can't hold this posture. You know, you have to keep adjusting because you're uncomfortable. You want to be in a comfortable position, but have an erect posture. If you've never meditated before, it's probably best for you to just sit in a chair because you're used to sitting in a chair. If you're someone who sits in a lotus position, that's fine. If you're someone who sits in a zazen or kneeling position, that's fine. As long as you can hold that posture for a length of time that you're going to be sitting in that meditation comfortably. So the form is the number one thing to work with. Second is the force. And the force is your breathing, your breath. Okay? You want to be able to breathe. In the beginning, you want to just, we're gonna do a demonstration and an exercise, but just noticing your breath at first, and then getting to the point where you can measure your breath, meaning you can take breaths according to a certain amount of time or a certain rhythm. So you may be taking a breath that is inhalation maybe 6 seconds long, and the exhalation is also 6 seconds long. So you're measuring the breath as you breathe, and then each breath is going to be the same length, or in some cases the inhalation and the exhalation may have different lengths, but you're measuring the breath. And these breaths should be calm, they should be usually silent, and they should be deep if you can have a deep breath, right? Okay, so that's the form, which is your posture, what you're doing with your body. The force, what you're doing with your breath, your life force. And third is your focus. What are you doing in terms of your focus? So the focus means where are you putting your attention? This is very important because you want to keep your focus on something that's going to anchor you. So that thing might be your breath, right? Sometimes it's a mandala, some kind of image that you may be looking at. It could be a sound that you're listening to, a sound that you're making. But there has to be something to occupy your mind and to focus your attention on, because you don't want your attention to scatter. You don't want to be distracted. You want to maintain that one point in your mind, right? And so these three F's, these three functions, the form, the force, and the focus, are primary to meditation, and it keeps things very simple. If you can remember those three things, you can really at some point turn anything into a meditation. Meditation doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're sitting down or you're in a lotus position or that you're in a very quiet room that is dimly lit. You may begin that way, and that is probably the best way to begin, because it's something that takes time to develop, and develop the ability to remain focused and stay focused when there are lots of distractions around you. But then once you develop that, it's like developing a muscle. Some of us, when we were kids, we were in school, and we always had the kid who could wiggle his ears without touching them. He could just make his ears move. How could he do that? And everybody can't do it. But for some reason, that person is in touch with that muscle in the ear. And because they're in touch with that muscle, they can make it move. It's the same way you make your fingers move, or make anything on your body move. They are just in touch with the muscle that controls the ear, and they can make it move. Some people can make their nose move, right? Like that. You can get to a point, if you practice regularly, that allows you to lock into a meditative state. Okay? Meditation is a practice. It's something that we do. It's something that we learn and we practice it. It's a process that your physiology will also go through and follow at the same time. And it's also a state. And a state of being that we want to arrive at. And that is what creates the medicine. It optimizes our body's ability to maintain itself, to repair itself, to sustain itself. And that's meditation medicine. Okay? So I want to now give us a very basic meditative exercise. We're going to go through those three functions, the first one being the form. So if you're sitting, I'd like you to sit up in your chair, back straight. Just drop your hands into your lap, on your knees preferably, and just try to relax your body. Sometimes it helps to move a little bit so that you can kind of feel your body, and just let it go. Let it sink. Just let yourself relax. Allow your muscles to relax. Don't necessarily close your eyes right away. I want you to just feel your body. And this is a very basic and elementary exercise that we're going to do called contract relax. I want you to start from the top of your head, from your forehead, and to contract the muscles in your forehead like you're squinching, you're creating little wrinkles in your forehead. And just hold it there for a little bit and you let that go, right? And you're going to do the same thing now with your eyes. You're going to squinch your eyes, hold them together, right? Don't close the eyes, but just kind of squint and let it go. You're going to come down to your cheeks and do the same thing. Squint, squeeze together, and release. Raise your shoulders up. Activate those muscles. Let them drop. Now contract the muscles in your arms, biceps, triceps, all the way down to your wrist, and then let it go. Make a fist. Squeeze those muscles together. And what we're doing is we're experiencing what it feels like to be tense. Now let that fist go. And what it feels like to be relaxed. I want you to squeeze the muscles in your belly. And let them go. The muscles in your buttocks, squeeze them together, tight. Let it go. Muscles in your thighs, squeeze them. Squeeze them tight as you can. Let them go. Move down to your lower legs. Squeeze all those muscles. Contract those muscles. Let go. Now we're going to go into our feet. And just contract the muscles to your feet all the way to the toes. Just curl those toes up and squeeze and release. And so now I want you to scan your body from head to toe. Now that you know what it feels like to be relaxed and what it feels like to be tense, take your attention to the top of your head and slowly bring it down through the head, your ears, your face, to your chin, to your neck, into your shoulders. And wherever you feel that tension, you know what tension feels like now. Just let it go. Let it relax. And move down through your upper back and your chest, down to your belly. And you're looking for tension. If you don't feel it, just keep sliding down your attention to the buttocks, the thighs, the knees. Remembering if you feel tension to release it. Down through the legs, the lower legs, the ankles, into the feet. So your body should be completely relaxed. I want you to just sit there and feel, what does it feel like to be relaxed? Notice it. These are things that we always take for granted. We don't pay them any attention. But feel the relaxation in your body. Feel the tenderness and the suppleness, the softness. And just allow it to flow through you. There's nothing to do, no effort to make. Just let it happen. Allow your body to relax. Don't do a thing. Just sit and notice how relaxed you are. And now if you want to close your eyes or you feel your eyes closing, then allow them to close. But keep your attention on how your body feels right now. Take notice if there's anything else going on, if you feel any movement. If you notice temperature, are you warm, are you a bit cool, cold? If you feel any tingling anywhere, anything going on in the body that may try to distract you. It's not a distraction because you're noticing your body. So let it all happen. You start to get an itch, just let it itch. Just watch it. You may notice that there's a little pain that you have it's been there for some time, but you've been ignoring it, and now it's come back to the surface to get your attention. That's what pain is for, so you don't fight it. Observe it. Pain wants to get your attention to let you know that you need to take care of yourself. Just don't resist it, feel it. Take your attention to that spot where the pain is and welcome it. Now we're just going to count down from 10 to 0 slowly, and then we're going to move our bodies again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just slowly move. You want to move your arms, hands around. Turn a little. So you're breaking the attachment to what you were just doing. Okay? So if you want to make a comment on how that felt to you or what your experience was like, was it easy, was it difficult, you can go right ahead. I'd love to know let's get some feedback. And that was very, very elementary, because I know that these type of videos are going to bring people who may never have meditated before. Some of you may have, some may not. Experienced meditators who've been meditating for years probably aren't going to be on this video. So that was very basic, and it's something that anybody can do, and you can do it anytime, you can do it anywhere, and it will be advantageous for you, it will be beneficial for you. It's medicinal, because when you relax the body and you stop being tense, it allows your energy to flow, and it allows the body to function in the way that it's supposed to function. Very often we get in the way of our own healing. We stand in the way by resisting and fighting and often ignoring. And so give the body the attention that it wants, and then let it do its thing. Get out of the way. Excuse me. Get out of the way and let it do what it does. Okay? So I don't see any reactions. I know there's a couple of you out there, so let's just move on. We're going to do a second meditation now. This one is a little bit different from the last one, because we're going to change the focus. This time we're going to focus on our breathing. So once again, we're going to assume the same posture. We're going to sit up straight in our chairs, or if you're in a lotus position, zazen on your knees, whatever. Make sure your back is straight, but comfortable. That is always important. Make sure you feel comfortable. So find that space, find that posture where you really feel good, and you'll be able to hold it throughout. Now that you have your posture, I want you to notice your breath. I want you to focus your attention on your breathing. I want you to feel the air enter your nostrils, go down through your throat, through your chest, down into your belly. I want you to feel the belly expand and then feel it contract, and then follow that air back up through the chest, through the throat, and feel the air exit your nostrils. And we're going to keep our focus on the breath and just follow it up and down, in and out, round and round. So just keep breathing. Don't try to create any kind of special breath. Don't try to control the breath. Just breathe naturally. And stay with it. It's as if you're riding a wild animal. You're on its back. You don't want to lose it. You don't want to fall off. Wherever it goes, you want to go. Once again, you want to feel that air enter your nostrils, go down your throat, through the chest, into the belly. Feel the belly expand and contract. Feel the air rising back up into your chest and throat, exiting the nostrils. I want you to continue to follow that breath. I'm going to be silent. I want you to take notice of anything else that you feel inside you. And at any point, if you feel yourself drifting away in thought, you begin thinking about your groceries or how long is this video going to be, bring your attention back to the breath. Just let the thoughts go. Don't try to fight with them or wrestle with them. They're going to come. That's natural. And when they pop into your head, just say thought. Take your attention back to your breath. If you feel anxiety or some other emotion beginning to take you over, grab your attention. Do the same thing, just say, feeling. Let it do its thing and let it go. Just keep returning your attention to the breath. You may hear noise outside, noise in your apartment or house, wherever you are. You hear it. You notice it, you let it go. Keep returning your attention to your breath. Once again, follow it from the nostrils, through the throat, through the chest, to the belly. Feel it expand and contract and rise back up and exit the nostrils. If your eyes want to close, let them close. And breathe. Now we're going to take our last 5 breaths, 5 complete breaths, complete inhalations and exhalations. And after that, if your eyes are closed, you just slowly open them. And once again, begin to move very slowly. Okay, so that was a second exercise, very simple. It involves just noticing your breath, watching your breath, paying attention to your breath. We breathe every day, all day, from the very moment we were born until the last breath that we take in life. It is the one consistent thing in your entire life, your breath. And we usually take it for granted. We pay it absolutely no attention until we're panting, we're short of breath, we're underwater and can't wait to get another breath. Or until we're so sad and depressed that we're hardly breathing. Breath is your life. It's something that you should pay attention to at least once a day. You learn that by learning how to pay attention to your breath, you can tell what's going on with you in many different ways, physically and emotionally and mentally. And that you can use it to bring yourself back to the center, bring yourself back to a calm state and a functioning, high functioning state. Okay? So, once again, if you want to, you can make a comment. Tell me what that was like for you. Did you feel anything? Were you able to do it? Was it easy enough? That's very important for me as someone who teaches this. I want to make sure that I'm communicating the information in a way that anybody can follow along. So if you were able to follow along, just give me a little notice there in the comments, okay? Everybody's very quiet. Okay, well, we're going to stop right about here and conclude. We started supposedly at 4. I had to wait a little while to get things started. Once again, this is the first time I'm doing one of these videos, any kind of video on Facebook or any other medium publicly. So bear with me. Hopefully I'm getting through to you and that everything is working properly. I won't be able to tell until it's all over. This, as I said earlier, is part of a 4-part series on meditation medicine. How you can use meditation to improve your health, to help you to deal with any type of physical, emotional, mental discomforts that you're having. And so we started off very, very basic today, a very basic explanation. Next time we're going to talk more about curative meditation medicine. And after that, preventive meditation medicine and self-healing meditation medicine. So if you have any questions, I'd love to hear any questions that you have. Just post them and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Everybody's real quiet. Some people will see this video later on after it's been done, and I hope you guys too add your questions if you haven't. I can always come back and answer those questions at that time. And once again, this is presented to you by Newark Center for Meditative Culture in Newark, New Jersey. I'm a member of that group. Hey Cornelia, thank you. And you can, if you're in Newark or in New Jersey, please subscribe to our website, or excuse me, to our email list. You should find a link to our website somewhere on this Facebook page, and subscribe to our mailing list so you can stay abreast of the different programs we do. Meditation programs, we do meditation retreats. We offer classes in Tai Chi presently in Military Park. Sometimes drum circles. We do a number of different things. Community work, cleaning up in the community and doing different volunteer and service programs. So subscribe to us so we can stay in touch with you and you can be in touch with us, because you may want to just learn more about meditation, and we're always doing things around that. So I'm going to sign off, and hopefully you got something out of this. Once again, my name is Kazi. Thank you for coming. Peace.